All right, welcome to week 4 of the Militia Madness Sealed Progression series. Took a little bit of week off to show you guys that 100th video celebration. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is filmed before that. Yeah, so what we need is good cards. We're really in a bad spot. Morgan banning just basically all our removal is not a good thing, obviously. And then as a bonus, they get to ban our threat, like our only real threat. So in this set, I'm looking for Inferno as a rare, really nothing else. Maybe Exorcist to the white card to blow up a black creature, I'd be pretty happy with. But really, overall, I'm looking for red goblin cards, a ghost chip in blue to fill a backup plan. But apart from that, there's really not much this set can do for us. But hopefully, let's not talk down. Let's be positive and let's see what we get. There's the Inferno. Really happy about that. And then Frankenstein's monster is when it is brought into play, if you do not take X creatures from your graveyard and remove them from the grave, it is countered. For each creature removed from the graveyard in this way, you may choose to give it a permanent +2/+0, +1/+1, or +0/+2. Okay, not bad. Got both of the 2/2 goblins in here. Here, Inferno, Fissure, 2 shrines. A Hero, which is good, Brothers of Fire, which is also good, Fire Drake, which is also good, Rock Sleds, and then Goblins of the Fard. I don't know if I could have asked for a better red opening. That's really good. And then Double Carnivorous Plant, um, and then Spitting Slug. Yeah, a Marsh Viper 2. Here, nothing really here, but again, those Scarwood Goblins I'm pretty happy with. Ashes to Ashes and Triple Bog Imp is really good. Marsh Gas is like not. Bog Rats is pretty good. And then in blue, I don't see a Ghost Ship, but Suckin' City is pretty okay. And then in white, Squire Pikemen are kind of what I'm looking for, and then Miracle Worker is just like okay, but this is great. Couldn't be happier. Inferno is just amazing. So we will take it. Join me in a second, and I will open the Fallen Empires pack. All right, welcome back. So just saw the dark package. We opened really good goblins, like very good goblins. I'm really happy with that. Here I'm looking to pull the one goblin rare from the set. It's a goblin enchantment that we went over during the set review. Apart from that, the White Knight in white, the Black Knight in black, and Hymn to Torok. That's about it. Everything else in the set I could take or leave, but the things we want are common, so as long as we pull one of each, I think I'll be happy with it. And it'll open up a lot of possibilities to play. So here we go. Okay, this blue card's actually not terrible. Let's see what else we got. Okay, Order of the Ebon Hand and Hymn Torok, so that's kind of the only black cards we wanted. One Order of Lightbearer, which is like fine. One Javelineers, which is like the other card that I forgot to mention. River Merfolk's not terrible. This card's pretty bad. All the Homerids, I just like don't care about. And then like Mersine, I guess. But again, Hymn to Torok, Order of the Ebon Hand, I'm okay with that. In red, War Drums, 2 of those, which makes everything have menace, which is pretty good. We have the guy that can protect goblins, which is like not great. Dwarves and orcs and stuff, and just decent. Curve plays is probably fine, and then some terrible green cards because everything in the set is terrible. Dwarven runes. Yeah, I mean some stuff. But nothing really that great. Yeah, this is what it is. So, see you later for the deck build. All right. Welcome back to the deck text. As you can see by my tabs, I have 4 open here. I really just want to discuss the state of my pool as it is after the first ban, and it's in an okay spot. I'm really creature heavy. Um, But banning Pestilence means that I can be creature heavy and not really suffer a lot. So let's go through my best deck. Pre-ban, which I do think was the Izzet deck, and this is what it looks like now. Morgan and I did make the discussion to go up to 60 cards, just to see more variety, and constructed as 60 cards, and that's the format that a lot of people play, and so we're going to play it like that. This is the Izzet deck, and as you can see by just the creature basis, this deck is terrible. It's so awful. I'm having to play like Electric Eel and Goblin Balloon Brigade to do the same type of fire breathing, unstable mutation type thing. I do get a couple of cool cards like River Merfolk is decent, but this is just bad. Our removal is so much worse. We really can't play the tempo game anymore. We're having to play like Force Spike and Spell Blast in the main deck now, and those are not bad cards, but they're by no means good cards. Unsummoned Double Boomerang is like okay. This deck is like secretly not that terrible, but we just don't have we have to main deck Flight, right? Like that's an Orcish Oriflame and Sunken City and a 2-color deck. Like there's just too many things, and we're playing 21 lands to make the color work. We're just so many small things away from making this deck good, and those small things are the small interactive removal spells. If we had another unsummon, right, I'd be so much closer. If we had like an Incinerate, or if we had a Lightning Bolt or a Chain Lightning, right? Like we had 7, which made this deck nuts. But right now we just have no ways of interacting with early creatures except for Force Spike and Spell Blast, and these are a lot worse than Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning. We have a Wrath in Inferno, but all of the decks we're playing are red because we opened Inferno. So yeah, we're definitely not gonna play this. I'll be real with you. And like we're having to play active volcano, like even the sideboard, right? We're having to play active volcano, wall of air, and double Vesuvian shapeshifter with a lot of our good targets just gone. So this is not a deck that I think it wouldn't be the worst deck ever, but it's just not a deck that I think is up to the caliber of where we are. We are post ban, so theoretically the uh deck should be worse, but again, Clay Statues, Dancing Scimitar, again, these are just the types of cards that we're having to play as threats, and it's just not very, very good. So we're definitely not playing this deck, but wanted to show you what we're thinking of. The other deck that we're definitely not playing, because Morgan's going to play it until eternity, until if they get banned off of it, is Rakdos. We just can't play Rakdos, unfortunately, for the filming variety sake. Although I do think my Rakdos deck is very good. We have burn spells and cheap aggressive creatures and quad dark ritual, which is funny, basalt monolith to power out like pyrotechnics, disintegrate, and fireball, and the dark ritual to power out the drain life or the hymn or the ashes to ash to be opened, the oubliette. We have a lot of stuff. We can get a cheap flyer and put a unholy strength or a fire breathing on it, like one of these. One of these 3 cards can do that, and I think this deck is really, really good, but unfortunately, Morgan's gonna play Rakdos again, and I'm not saying they're bad for doing it. It's just bad TV for me to show up with the same deck they're gonna play. So, um, need to show some more interesting stuff. So, definitely can't play this. The 2 decks then between are, I guess I'll start with this one. This is just a straight Gruul aggro deck. Excuse me. We pulled a bunch of aggressive goblins. The Scarwood Goblins, the Goblins of the Flarg, and the Goblin Balloon Brigade as well as the Goblin Hero, out of the dark, and the Goblin King from Beta. And the Goblin King from Alpha Beta. So we have just the Goblin Shrine to complement that. We have a couple of Goblin Caves, but eh. Morgan's reluctant on playing the strip mine, which I think is incredibly wrong. So we don't need it. But yeah, just being able to be really, really aggressive, come out with swinging with a one drop on one, two drop on two, three drop on three, and then hopefully either ramp into the carnivorous plant or we're playing Livonia in the main deck. Just because of Library of Alexandria and a 4/4 for 4 with first strike is really good. That if they have the library out in play, they just can't ever block it. So yeah, Rock Hydra's here. This is just a very decent, solid deck. Again, it's lacking in removal, which is why we're playing the Fissure main. But again, we can ramp into a Fireball, ramp into a Disintegrate. And Sylvan Library is good, and I think Orcish Oriflame's good. Giving Everything Menace is good. And then the land base is the land base. We are playing the Dwarven Ruins. I don't know if we should play this, but we are. And then the sideboard, we can kind of transition into a Ponza type thing. 3 Stone Rains, 1 Ice Storm, and then 1 Strip Mine. Just being able to keep them off of resources is decent. Early removal in Earthbind and Immolation. This can gang up to kill Singir Vampire. Stuff like that. Desert Twister, just really, really good. Just Vindicate, essentially. Second Pyrotechnics, also good. Thelon's Chant is like the most sideboard card I'm on against the black deck, which is nice. And then Double Deserts, we have the room. And then Inferno on the sideboard, just in case we need it. We can also use this as a finishing burn spell. But we will probably bring that in. Again, we can ramp into it. That's the Gruul deck. And then we can look at the Teamer deck. This is really the Simic deck, splashing red for Fireball, which is super interesting. Because red splashes, we have the Fire Sprites. We also have a Celestial Prism. We also have in our dual lands a Volcanic Island and a Dwarven Ruins. So, like, the red splash is pretty free, and the blue gives us some stuff to ramp into. We can ramp into a Vesuvian Doppelganger or a Serendip Gen. But the problem with this deck is going from 1 to 3 actually factually does nothing for us. Like, it doesn't do anything. We don't have the Serendipity rate anymore. So this deck does get a lot worse just because the ramp only is good for Fireball. That's about it. Probably not going to play this, but it was really cool. I could build a 3-color deck. And again, we're having the same problem, like main decking Force Spike and Spell Blasts. Is not really, and our interaction is Unsummon and Boomerang. So this is like even worse than the blue-red deck, right? So probably not going to play this. Also, the best card that we had that we pulled is Inferno, and we don't get to play it. So, yeah, you look at the sideboard, and it's like Double Desert, Caracas, Strip Mine. Like, we're just playing a lot of cards that don't do anything. Caracas, for example, literally does nothing at this point in time. Morgan's Legendaries are not good. I don't know why we would ever want to bounce them. So yeah, I think we're definitely going to end up on this Gruul deck. Just try to put a lot of pressure on and kill Morgan. Yeah, I think this deck is very, very good. Just turn 1 drop, turn 2 drop, turn 3 drop, get him. I am worried because now the Dark Ritual in Morgan's deck is much better. But hopefully that Inferno can help me kill the creatures I need to kill because Hypnotic Specters are real hard to beat. Yeah. So this is the deck that I'm going to be bringing for sure. And tune in Wednesday for Morgan's Deck Tech, and then tune in Friday to see the gameplay. See you then.